Hello, welcome on in. My name's Everin Ryu, and I'm here for a reading about the solstice season. Whether it be the summer solstice or winter solstice, we are in transition, and we either have the longest day of the year or the longest night of the year. Regardless, there is a tilt, and we are going to be looking at the solstice. We're going to be looking at what we should be focusing on, this transition from seasons, and how it amplifies our vibration for the next season. So let's check out right away. We're going to look at what this season means for you, whether it be summer or winter. What does this season need focus on? Where's the focal point for this season? Wood snake, enjoy the waiting game. So this is a waiting game. And again, like I said, if you are in summer or winter, this may make more sense because winter is about restoration, and you're waiting and you're restoring your energy, restoring your physical vessel, restoring your mindset, you're restoring energy so you're not spending a lot of energy. And on the other side of things, for summertime, we can enjoy and play with the abundant energy because we're experiencing that duality. The whole planet is experiencing a duality of winter, restoration, and summer, that full bloom. We have awakened out of spring to all of the energy that's available, right? So we are waiting. So focus on waiting, because I even want to say have fun while waiting, right? When you think of winter, you have a lot of celebrations, different culture aspects. You see that there are different activities now to do with your family. So you are growing from this transformation. So focus on how you wait and what can you shed. How are you not playing and focusing on the wrong things during this season? How do you focus on that, and how can you shed that, surrender that, right? Even for summertime, we're done with spring. We are coming out of spring, or we are coming out of autumn, right? If you are in the winter aspect. So we're coming out of that harvesting. We're coming out of that awakening. There is no more harvesting. There is no more awakening. We are in here now with the energy that we harvest for winter. We are in here now from what we woke up from spring. So we're in this energy and we get to play with it and see where we can grow. Where can you grow from the energy that you either gathered from winter? Where can you grow from the energy that you gathered from waking up from springtime? So snakes are really important. So focus. If you do see a snake around, a symbol of a snake, know that it's giving you a signal to enjoy yourself, to slow down and wait, because the next season is when you get to do things. Right now it's just being. Right now it's having fun and recognizing where you can grow with that fun. Let's get another signal for wood snake. 1. Unity. So you don't have to continue harvesting if this is winter time for you, and you don't have to continue waking up. That awakening that spring has to offer for us, or that harvesting, these are active doing, right? The solstice, this is being in one. The solstice, this is knowing, okay, the day or night is off kilter. We can just be in this moment in this misalignment, because in reality it's not a misalignment. It's enjoying that everything is one. It's enjoying that we may have the longest night, and across the world they're having the longest day. So we are one, and we get to wait during this season and play with this energy. We get to play in the snow. We get to play under the sun, right? So when you see multiple ones, or maybe even a circle, a sphere, it's showing you play. And through play, through patience, through having fun and waiting to do something rather than just do, being just overly active, have fun and notice where you can grow from having fun. That's really lovely. I'm enjoying this. Now, let's see where we're transitioning from. Let's see the transition from spring, or see the transition from winter. They're one and the same. I received this similar card for a personal reading. I also do personal seasonal readings. And this one has been very popular. Seek and you shall find, Firebird, spirituality. So this is saying we're transitioning out of seeking, right? Winter time. If you are entering winter for this solstice, you were in autumn and you were seeking, right? You're seeking, you're harvesting, you're gathering energy so you can restore yourself throughout the winter period. If you are in springtime and we're entering summer, you are seeking your awakening. You are seeking how you can open up from the grittiness of winter, and now we are in this pearl stage. And it's really showing that we don't need to seek no longer during this season. This is not a seeking season, right? Spirit has found you. You have awakened yourself. You have harvested enough energy for yourself to be here in the moment, either in winter or in summer. You are here. There is no more seeking to be had. There's just play to be had, right? Let's get a number to assist us when we may find ourselves seeking. 33. And I'm also, so the spine, if you're feeling anything on your spine, any ailments, or if it gets really cold or really hot along your spine, and you see the number 33, know that this is your guide to stop seeking, stop reaching out, stop gathering, stop awakening. Your spirit is here. You don't have to look externally no longer. It is all internal, and it's time to have fun. So recognize that transformation, right? Recognize and listen to spirit, because spirit is already with you. You don't have to gather any more pieces. And let's check out what's being amplified for next season. So what's being amplified for next season? Earth sheep, return to your center. So next season, this is allowing a returning to your heart, to your physical heart, a grounding to the sun. I really love this aspect. Your heart is physically restored by the sun rays. When the sun around noon during the daytime hits your skin warms up, and your heart has to pump more blood, pump faster to get your body aligned with the light that it is absorbing. How magical is that? So it's helping your physical heart, and it's also entering and activating that solar plexus. So it's showing that you're going to have a better understanding of support. You're going to feel more confident in your physical actions next season. Let's get a number to show to us when we need to return to our center and engage with the sun. And this is, again, is for either solstice. This is for the winter or the summer, because have you noticed how wonderful the sun looks hitting the snow? You think of the sun, you're like, oh, summer solstice. The sun is also magnificent because it is not as available during winter. So when the sun does come out during winter, it's amazing. 6. So if you see the number 6s, if you need space, because 6 relates to space, giving space to things, working with metal to help you return to your center, working with the Fae. If you work with elves or Fae, this is a huge signal. If they come into your reality, to help you physically return to your heart center and physically assist your confidence and support you. So we have the number 1, 33, and 6. I will repeat that towards the end if you want a little reminder. But look out throughout summertime for those correlations. Put those up here. Now, let's get into the cycles. I'll go over the first cycle. We'll go over the sun sign of that cycle. And then we will go over the moon phases. So not the signs, because that would be a very in-depth reading. More personalized lunar readings, I go into the moon signs. But we'll be going over a new moon in that cycle, the first quarter of that cycle, and the full moon of that cycle. So let's see here. The sun for the first cycle in summer is in Cancer. So if you have Cancer placements, your physical actions and your solar plexus will be illuminated with light. So this is a divine time, a divine month. So June, a very divine month, and the beginning of July to engage with your solar plexus and physical activities. Let's get a few cards for the collective's solar plexus, the collective's physical actions during the first cycle. Let's see here. 11th house, Aquarius. We have the 11th house, so check out if you have placements in your 11th house. Let's get another card here. North Node, beautiful. See what sign your North Node is in. This is your next life sign. This is also where your goals are sitting. Let's get one more. How about that? Fixed. So if you do have any fixed signs, let's read this all together. So physically collaborating through our actions connects us to our destiny. It connects us to our divine path. And memberships, so recognizing if you are in any membership programs, or maybe you offer membership programs, that it's going to bring up momentum towards your life purpose. So if you are a fellow business, really providing memberships for the collective is going to not only help your purpose, but help others in their purpose. And networking with people through social media, networking in person. This is going to activate a higher vibration of dedication towards your goals, towards your path. So that's the physical notions for June, while the sun is in Cancer and the beginning weeks of July. Let's get into our emotions. This is our energetic body. We went over our physical body. Let's see what's going on with our energetic body. So now our energetic body has to deal with emotions, which is energy and motion, and our instincts and how our subconscious relates with our conscious. Our physical body has a lot to do with what we are consciously doing, right? Now, new moon. Let's see what's happening for the new moon for the first cycle. Empty well, time to replenish. Woohoo! So now you're creating from zero. That's what I'm getting. And this is actually a beautiful, also intimidating feeling. I feel like by the new moon, you have completed all of your energetic or emotional projects. So you may have physical projects, you may have projects in your head, you may have spiritual projects, but energetically, all the projects that you had gearing up, you've completed. The energy is done. So I feel like it's also saying projects that are on the wayside, you just don't have the energy to complete them right now. And it's time to replenish it with new ideas. It's time to see and put intentions and see your potential for new creations that are going to replenish yourself. You've ever had a project where you're just like, I don't have the energy for that, but you have the energy for A, B, and C over there. You need to focus on the projects that you do have energy for, because those other projects, I'm not saying they're going to not happen, but the energy for this cycle is not for those projects, because those projects require a different kind of energy. Let's check out the first quarter. First quarter, I like to say, is when we go against the flow and we get to see how we express our true authentic selves, and we get to really test how we can respond rather than react to the vibrations. So let's check that out. Bee spirit, prosperity. So check out, if you're seeing bees or bee symbols, know that you're connecting with and magnetizing and really attracting the beauty of your goals. You're attracting these new prosperous vibrations and energy. And because it's not physical, you're actually magnetizing an abundance of energy. So this will look very different. So see where you are, see what is abundant and prosperous in your life, because that is going to give you the most energy to replenish your goals, to replenish your insight. So looking for bee spirit, especially around the first quarter of the first cycle. And know that I also feel like if you're feeling challenged around that time, you're not being open to the abundance around you. You're letting your abundance sting you, right? You're not seeing the abundance that's around you, and you're almost interrogating and undermining that abundance, right? You notice when people get stung, it's out of fear. When people are stung, it's not even noticing that the bee was there, right? Because the bee doesn't want to take its own life. It's being attacked, essentially. So recognize if you are feeling financially and energetically financially challenged, if you are attacking your financial abundance, or are you appreciating it and providing it with the respect it needs. Like bees, they need that respect. Let's check out the full moon. Full moon, spirit guardian of spring activation. I feel like the goals you made during springtime, and this goes even if you're in the winter solstice, they're being activated now. So what happens is when you make a goal during a season, you are installing that vibration. Now, when that vibration is aligned with your mind, body, spirit, and energy, it becomes activated. And after the activation, you're actually able to utilize and work with this goal physically, right? So it's being activated, which that is stunning. Look out for swans and daffodils is what I'm really seeing. And your fellow star beings, star seeds. If they're coming out, I would say connect with some star seeds and fairy vibrations. They're going to help you activate those spring goals that you had set. Let's get an animal spirit guide for the first cycle. Hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. So if you're seeing hawks or notice hawk around anywhere, it's also a sign to allow spirit to drop thoughts into your mindset to assist you for replenishing your energy, to assist you for replenishing your perspective of prosperity, and also meditate with hawk spirit during this cycle to activate your spring intentions. This is very, very beautiful. Let me see here. I just want one more. Let's see, those are numbers. Oh, here they are. Let's get a sign, another sign, a signier sign to go with hawk spirit. Fire. So hawk spirit, let spirit be your guide. It's also saying to connect with your spirit more, maybe have bonfires, light candles, notice the heat from within you, spark up your spiritual agenda, spark up your spiritual connections. It's also a sign of checking out in your chart if you have fire placements, if you have either Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo in your chart. This is going to be a sign for first quarter, right? Beautiful. So that is the first cycle. Now let's check out the second cycle. And that is the sun in Leo. So this is mid-July and the beginning of, or not mid-July, the end of July and August and beginning of August. So let's put these back here. Now let's check out the physical aspect of having the sun in Leo. And if you have, for this second cycle, if you have placements in Leo, know and work with your solar plexus. The light columns are actually assisting all of the placements that you have in Leo and providing that confidence and support. Second house. So we're connecting with second house. Also, if you have Taurus placements, it's advancing and providing vibrations towards that Taurian energy. Let's see what else for this second phase. Ooh, we have Juno. So look at your Juno chart. And actually, if you have a partner, you would want to look at their Juno aspect compared to your Juno aspect. And then we also have third quarter moon. So your physical and emotional body is going to unite. Specifically around a relationship you have. Let's read this out. Finances, marriage. There's going to be a breakdown with your finances within a marriage. And you may or may not be married, but a union of finances is going to be broken down. And it's actually going to be readjusted, and it's going to place value, financial value, to what you and your partner are committed to. Ooh, this is beautiful. This is going to actually break up some possessiveness over financial bondage. And also there's going to be forgiveness. So this is really beautiful. I feel like within a partnership, whether with yourself or maybe you're in a partnership with the bank, something that's going on financially, there's going to be forgiveness here, and there's going to be a balancing of that, and you're going to have value for the other person for having this readjustment towards your finances. So this is huge, guys. It's financial freedom within a partnership. That's stunning. And it's also showing that your physical actions are going to be enhanced with your energy around the third quarter moon. So now let's check out our energy. Let's check out our emotions for the second cycle and see what our instincts are. Let's see the new moon. What are we creating this cycle? Beauty way. Ooh, you okay, Pono? Cute boy. Beauty way. You're going to be creating, oh, see, that spring activation. So last spring, we were working with the lotus, and I can see that you're going to be working with your emotions, but you're going to be working with things that you had been planning. So now you're actually utilizing this muck that you were gathering from springtime, because there was a lot of mucky things that was going on around spring, and you still made goals. You still had intention. You still had drive, right? And from this drive, from setting those goals and having these intentions, you're breaking out and you're activating those intentions fully without the muck, right? Either you're in summer and that muck has dried up under the sun and kind of crusted off, or you're in winter and that muck has froze and kind of shattered off. There's a shattering. There's a crumbling off of the yuckiness that you endured during springtime to awaken, to grow out of. And now you're able to create in a beautiful way, and you're creating freedom. You see that dragonfly, and it's over the moon. So you're creating emotional freedom. Oof. Wow. Now let's check out, let's see here, the first quarter. Let's see what's going on here. The Andean cross. We're getting into allowing spirit into our physical lives. We're getting into communicating with our animal spirit guides. We're actually not only focused, we're placing energy into all aspects of ourselves. We're placing energy into our mindfulness. We're placing energy into our spirituality. We're placing energy into our physicality. So this is a beautiful expansion. This is very stunning. You're recognizing that you were not the muck that crusted or crumbled or shattered off. That you are many elements, and you make the entire path. That you're not only walking the path towards your dreams, you're creating the path. And you're actually creating this financial path with another person. That's very beautiful. Now let's check out the full moon in this second cycle of summer. Let's see what's happening. Happiness, bluebird spirit. So I'm also seeing to connect with the blue avian star beings, to connect with this grandmother galaxy, to surrender to a higher frequency of happiness. Everything is beautiful now. We have officially entered this 5th dimension of knowing that the world is blissful. The world is happy. The world is beautiful because we shook off whatever needed to come off to awaken. We shook off, we froze off whatever we harvested from, and now it's pure. So be on the lookout for blue birds. Connect with star beings, connect with your third eye chakra awakening, because you're quite literally with a partner, you're entering a completely different reality, and it's beautiful. And it does require you to not only use one aspect of who you are. So there's some realities where, oh, this is challenging and portraying my mind. I have to be really mindful in this reality. Or there's another reality, the 3rd dimension, that is all about being incredibly physical. I have to physically work hard. I have to physically do this to get here, right? So this reality, it's actually asking you to be all of the things in balance with spirit. It's asking you to be mindful and spiritual and energetic and physical, while also growing and being conscious. This is happiness. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's get a spirit animal to go along with this cycle as a reminder. I love this because on other social medias, people have been bringing up this guide, Brown Bear Spirit. Take time out. Take time out for your happiness. Take time out to connect to all aspects of who you are. Hi, sweetheart. Take time out to see the beauty in the world. No more blindly doing things. This is a time to be, and take time out to show financial value. So that is, connect with that bear spirit. I would meditate with bear spirit during this cycle. Let's get another sign, that signier sign to go along with bear spirit. Let's see what else bear spirit is wanting us to call for. And also working with our heart Templar, working with that heart chakra. Earth. Take time out. Take a physical time out. I love that. Thank you, Bear Spirit. Bear Spirit is saying to physically stop doing. You can think about things. You can spiritually do things. You can even energetically do things, but physically take some time to be happy. Take some time to see the beauty. Take some time to connect with other aspects that are not just doing, right? Thank you, Bear Spirit. That is a beautiful. All right. Now we're going to read for the last cycle of springtime, and that's with the sun in Virgo. So now that's towards the end of August and beginning of September. Let's get some cards for our physicality, our physical bodies, what's happening. Eros. I also received this for a few personal readings. So check out what your Eros sign is in your natal chart. Let's get a few more cards to engage with that. 12th house. So see what your if you have anything in the 12th house. Let's get another card here. Neptune. That's interesting. So let's read that physicalness, that physical reading together. Karma. So there's a mysterious aspect of karma that is going to be playing out. I feel as though karmically you have been receiving visions. You've been receiving a reality that is actually due to you. I feel like a lot of people around this time are going to start seeing their karma coming back, and actually seeing very good karma coming back. Now, your shadow aspect of physical desires is communicating with your spirituality. So there's some spiritual desires that, being human, we're seeing as negative, and we're shifting out of a physical desire to be a spiritual desire, if that makes sense. So physical desires are very dense. I'm physically craving this food. I'm physically craving intercourse, right? So there's certain things that our physical body is actually healing with our spirituality. So your spiritual self is saying, hey, instead of having intercourse for all of this time, why don't you work on a project and use your energy in this way, right? Instead of craving that dense food source, why don't we go and meditate? So your spirit is actually shifting you in a more in a lifestyle that is more appropriate for your spiritual growth, right? And I feel as though whoa, this is going to be an interesting cycle. I feel as though you need to ground yourself before you have sex with your partner or with yourself, because there's a collective, I can see it going both ways. There's a collective that either is escaping through sex, or there's a part that doesn't want anything to do with sex, and they're hiding from actually pleasurable things. So you need to find a happy medium. So whichever aspect of that is you, there's going to be a huge reality check. There's going to be a huge karmic check to be like, hey, what are you feeding? Are you feeding your spiritual self, or are you feeding your shadow physical ego, right? And we want to have that in balance, because you do have a sexual need that you can accomplish, as well as being spiritually ascending within this reality. Whew. I would check out what your Neptune placement is and see if you have anything in the 12th house, because that's just going to amplify what's happening. Let's go into our energy. What energy for this cycle is going to be occurring? What energy is happening here? And also, if you have Pisces placements and Virgo placements, your physical vibration, it's going to just tap into that much more. So let's see what's going on for this new moon. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. I feel like there is you're going into a new environment, whether it actually be a physically new place, or maybe the place that you're already in has a new energy, but there is new land, and you are going to be creating goals because of this land. So whatever part of the land that you're associating with, I can also see some people having a special garden that they're visiting. I can see maybe people are visiting a special lake for ice skating or even swimming in, depending on what solstice you're entering in. But there is some wisdom that you are meant to absorb. You're meant to know this. And it's an inner knowing. It's not like, oh, let me Google what this land means or this lake means. No, you're going to go here and you're going to be inspired. And this is your ancestors saying, hey, there is knowledge here for you to interpret and utilize as wisdom. Now, the first quarter, let's see what's happening here. Wizard of the Woods, focus. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a fellow TikToker pulled this card and the bear card, and I thought that was absolutely magical, and now we've pulled those exact cards for this summer solstice. Wizard of the Woods, focus. We're going to be challenged on what we're focusing on, and I believe we were meant to focus on shedding. Let me look back at those cards here one moment. 1, 2 step. Let's see. Maybe. Yes, enjoy the waiting game. We're supposed to focus and enjoy and play. And I feel like because you're getting this new information, you're going to want to go do, and you're going to be impatient. But please be patient. This is the end of the cycle. We're getting close to an equinox. So remain your focus in the solstice, right? Remain and keep having fun, but keep waiting, because you're shedding some things that cannot be physically shed. You're shedding energy. You're shedding spirituality. You're shedding old beliefs, right? So you need to focus on what you're creating with wisdom. So you're not doing anything. You're creating and gathering wisdom from knowing and tapping into the land. And it's going to be a challenge to stay focused on this, but you got this. You can do this. Now let's see for the full moon of the last cycle in summer, what's happening here. Fire. And I'm not sure if it was last cycle or the cycle before that we are working with fire. So spirituality is going to help you forgive yourself. Spirituality, doing those bonfires, it's going to help you focus. Maybe even lighting a candle for that land, right? I can even see possibly setting up an altar for that land, helping you focus, focusing on flame work, focusing on your spirituality at this time will be incredibly important to assist in balancing what you desire, balancing and making your life more spiritual rather than physical. You don't want to escape your spirit by only being physical, and you don't want to escape your physical by only being spiritual. So working with fire can assist in balancing that out, because fire needs something physical to burn up, right? But you don't want the fire to burn up everything in its path. There's a time for spirit and physicality to blend, and then there's a time where you take away the physical actions and spirit lowers. Spirit simmers. It doesn't die. You get to create it again, but there is this fine line. There is this balance between the two. And you have to activate spirit, where you don't have to activate physicality. It's growing around you, right? Now let's get a animal card, an animal guide for this cycle. My favorite. I have 3 favorite animals, and this is number 3. Buffalo or bison spirit. The abundant universe will provide. So this is knowing that the universe will provide. This is anchoring into a deeper sense of the earth, anchoring into your planet. So this makes sense that it's connecting with the land. This makes sense that you're connecting with a migratory species. You're connecting with an abundant species. You're connecting, I eat bison. I'm also connecting with the bison spirit through my bison drums. So this is also bringing me to you being in drum circles, working with the vibration of drumming, working with drumming up your spirituality to help you focus on shedding things that no longer serve you, and shedding old ideas. Let's get another card to help amplify what Bison Spirit is wanting to let us know. Ooh, Saturn return. So maybe this cycle is gearing you up for your Saturn return, or maybe you've already had your Saturn return. It is just stating that to look at your Saturn placement, look at your root templar, your root chakra, look at how you ground to the abundance of the universe. Look to how you can return to the abundance of your safety. Look at and meditate with Bison on how you are safe. How are you safe on this land? How are you safe within focusing on your goals? How are you stable with your spirit, and how do you stabilize the fire from within? That is stunning. Thank you so much. Namaste, blessed. That is your reading for the summer solstice. I will be posting on my other medias about this reading for short term. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed this. I will be doing more seasonal readings, and coming up, my goodness, coming up tomorrow will be a full moon reading. So if you want to check out to see what a full moon reading looks like, these readings are available as a personalized reading. You can head on over to cosmicenergy-spiritualwellness.com, and I would love to have a spiritual connection for your summer or winter solstice. Namaste, blessed.